Hi, this is Trent, aka Lala Lolo from HMB.cc, and I'm gonna be reviewing Neeg Tsis Sawm starring Sato Thea Miley Ya. So basically, the story starts out with Sa and his dad work as a translator for the people in Yeonlujeon, and then he just happens to be translating for this old lady. Um, I'm gonna be blunt right now. That old lady really makes my blood boil. I mean, it's not that I hate her, but it's because in every freaking single movie that she's in, like, you always play as the wife's mom, and then she's so mean. I would consider myself lucky if I hear her talking without yelling or mocking the other person. But honestly, the wife, the mom, I'll no comment. So what I'm saying is, I mean, like, she's not. It's not that she's the only one in the long filming industry that acts really mean. I mean, like, for example, Pomblau, she acts mean too, but she's really funny when she acts mean. I mean, she has that sort of charm that Tony act mean. She doesn't tick off the audience as much, but man, this old lady, like, I'm not sure how to distinguish whether or not it's good acting or if she's really like this in real life. So okay, enough about that old grouchy lady. And back to the story. So Sa ends up messing up the old lady's appointment with the doctor, and now she's pissed off at him, like she always is. And so meanwhile, her daughter comes back home from studying, and then so what happens is Sa ends up competing with two gangster wannabes for the girl. I totally admire the story writer's portrayal and incredible mockery of the thugs, because it's pretty funny how they're all acting hard and stuff, and basically what this is doing is it's putting down all the real thugs in reality to shame. And so because Fabi guys dominate over thugs any day, Sa ends up winning the girl. But on the other hand, the girl's mom wants her to marry this other guy here, and you know, the typical arranged marriage crap. So who steals the show? Of course it's none other than Napa. This guy is hilarious. An epic moment in the movie was when Onimika mo nu tu lokai tu kaishin tonna, and then like Napa comes home and he was like, "Holy shit, my rooster!" And then Sa was like, "This is some pretty good KFC." And then Napa becomes depressed for a little bit. It's still pretty funny. And then as usual, this movie or any movie that Sa stars in usually promotes Sa taught your music, okay, here, I'm gonna go off on a limb here and say something. Okay, so here's an observation that I've noticed in every single Hmong movie that I've seen in my life so far. There's always a scene where after the main character gets rejected by whoever for whatever reason, they always find their way to an open field, and then music just happens to play magically while they look all emo and stuff at the environment. I honestly wish we can do that in real life. I mean, like, you know, for example, like when I'll just go to an open field and then some Chris Brown music comes on, and then after that, emo feelings are gone and I can continue with life. But in all honesty, like Tokutsatyo scene, I just usually skip forward if the song that's playing doesn't appeal to me or something. So let me talk about the two leading characters. There's Sato, of course, and then he's a really funny guy, and then he knows his stuff pretty well. And then there's Miley. Yeah, she's pretty, but she's those type of girls that, you know, but usually throughout the movie she's pretty happy-go-lucky, so yeah, not too bad. And so after a bit, Sa ends up marrying her despite her mom being totally against it and everything. And then there's like a fast forward in time, and it's like 3 years later, and then just because Sa just happens to be a player, which that's how he rolls, he becomes attracted to this new girl, and they start dating and stuff behind his wife's back. This is an extremely overused story mechanism in Hmong movies. Like, I mean, yes, I know that Ning Shit Young do not go far in life, but do you honestly have to incorporate that into every single movie that you make? Like, I mean, seriously, like, from when Hmong people first started to make movies until now, the extremely cliche storyline of the husband cheating on his wife's back has been used in almost all Hmong movies. The keyword here being almost all Hmong movies, not every single one. Funny thing worth mentioning. Speaking of cliches, Korean movies always have that cliche where something happens to the main characters and they lose their memory and then falls in love with like their enemy or something, and then when they finally regain their senses, they're like, "Oh shit, I'm not supposed to like you," and then they end up liking them anyways. And well, Chinese movies usually have the cliche thing where they use the damsel in distress idea, where Tu Nae is in trouble and then Tu Pae comes to her rescue or whatever. However, in Thai movies, the only cliche thing that I can find is usually it's a poor guy liking a rich girl or some Cinderella girl liking a rich bastard. But yeah, so basically, back to the story. After Sa starts cheating on his wife, his life starts to spiral downhills from there. And then I'll end my review here so that I won't spoil any more for you. This movie was pretty enjoyable and funny. I would totally recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen it or is a fan of any of the actors and actresses. It's a two-part movie with each part spanning at about an hour and a half. So you probably have, if you have 3 hours to kill, then go for it. Again, this is Trent, aka Lala Lolo from HMB.cc. Thanks for watching and have a great day.